my name is Imafidon. I am CEO and co-founder of the Stemettes. I'm host of the Women Tech Charge podcast, and I'm also a trustee at the Institute for the Future of Work. And as you may have guessed from my accent, I'm based here in the UK, but as you may have guessed from my name, I am Niger. I'm a child of Nigeria, and I'm also a woman in technology. In 2020, I was voted the most influential woman in UK IT. But today, I want to talk to you as fellow Nigerians about exploring a career in technology, about becoming a part of this industry, about what it was to have Nigerian parents wanting to go into tech in the 90s, but also what it is to be able to have a voice and to be able to have some kind of control, have some kind of power, I guess, for having technical skills. So I feel really fortunate actually to be a British Nigerian and to be someone who's got a lot of strength and has drawn a lot of strength and stability from my identity as a Nigerian. And I think it's something you can never take for granted, especially for those of you listening to this today, that knowing where you've come from, knowing your heritage, knowing what's been before is something that's really, really powerful, and is definitely a privilege and can definitely be an advantage for you as well. Because growing up in the world, being in different places, going into different rooms and different environments, it means you know what you're standing on. It means you know kind of where you've come from, and so you've got a better idea of where you're heading to. And for me, this also meant that I had Nigerian parents, which is all the blessing that it can be, as well as all the challenges that can come with that. And so it meant that I was really, really fortunate, again, to grow up in an environment where education was always valued, where hard work was always valued, and where I really, really did feel supported in decisions that I was making and in the progress that I knew I wanted to make, but also in the potential that I had. And so I think it's something for me that is as supportive as my parents are and as great as they are, I think you also have to know that you sometimes, at some point, need to find your own way. And this is definitely something that I came up against wanting to go into technology. My dad's an ophthalmologist, so more wanted me to kind of go to the medical side of things. My mum's a linguist and studied English, and so she wanted me to go that way. And of course, I chose maths and technology, which is neither of those ways, and also meant that they felt challenged at times, because they didn't understand what I was doing or working on or going through, or the decisions I was making. They didn't necessarily always understand, but I think it's been really nice now that I'm older and now that I've been able to achieve more and that they've seen some of the fruits of my labour, that they are incredibly supportive. And I think it's something for you definitely to kind of keep in mind as you make decisions about what happens next for you. Why was tech something I wanted to choose? Well, technology for me is creative. Technology is, of course, logical, but technology is something that allows you to dream something up, be super imaginative, think of a solution to a problem or think of a way to improve something. And for you to then be able to apply that knowledge is something that I've always found really liberating. So where other people might have liked drawing or might have liked singing or might have liked, writing poems, for me, building that database, or for me, creating that website or whatever else it might be, exploring that new part of artificial intelligence has always been what's kept me ticking, but mostly because it's about solving problems, which I think is something that maybe we don't hear enough about for technology careers. I think a lot of folks think about the money, a lot of folks think about the prestige, but for me, there's so many problems, and you'll have seen this definitely kind of in your own life, in your own world, in those around you, that there are so many problems that people have. And actually technology is one of those things that you can use it as a tool and you can apply it to lots of different scenarios and help lots of different people in a really repeatable way. And so that's why technology was something that really excited me and something that I've really delved in. So the final thing I wanted to kind of talk about, as I've only got 5 minutes, was to talk about, as you're making these decisions and as you're exploring what happens next for you, I think the final thing that, I wish for all of you, and I pray for all of you that you can hold on to, is understanding the sense of value that there is in your perspective. And I know this is something that comes up quite a lot when I speak to folks in Nigeria, when I speak to my cousins, when I speak to lots of different types of people about, why is my voice going to be heard in tech? I'm just a girl, I'm just a Nigerian girl, just from the village. Why is anyone going to think that what I say is important? And I think it's going to be really important for you to understand and to remember that, the people you think create tech, the people you think that are big in this industry, have one perspective, they have one set of experiences. Often they have one way of solving problems. And if this tech is all about solving problems, if it is about being able to take control, if it is about exercising some of the power that you have, and that there's power in your perspective. And so it's going to be really important for you to kind of hold on to that and keep keep hold of it. And it's what's driven me. It's what keeps me, you know, in the privileged position that I am, in that I know any room I go into, any board I'm on, any position of authority I have, I'm always able to bring, you know, what does Anne-Marie think? What does the young British Nigerian girl from East London, what is the perspective that I have that's going to be different from the other folks around the table? And I'm always bold and I'm always strong in knowing that there's value in that perspective, because there'll be many others who are like me in some way. And that is what's missing from the technology industry at the moment. And that's why actually we need more people like you. But it's also why the technology industry has not been able to solve as many problems as it should have done in as deep and as good a way as it should have done so far. So I'm going to close there. I'm going to say thank you very much for tuning into this. Thanks for listening. I want to say Naja no de carry last. And so remember, we need you. We're waiting for you. Our Nigerian girls in tech, up, up.